Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Nurhani Zulkifli Abai and today we are going to talk about database system. Do you know that in this digital world, data has been so valuable to many organizations? So data can be kept in many forms such as notes, Excel spreadsheet, filing, maybe customer profile or student profile, and it might be also kept in a mobile phone such as your contact list, your call logs. So this is all kind of data. However, to make sure that you have the ability to make fully use of the data is to keep it inside the database. There are many organizations that use database to keep their data. Either it's like online retailing company, Google, Amazon, Lazada, social media such as Facebook and Twitter and TikTok, and also like online learning place such as Kindle, and there are many more organizations. They all use database to keep their data. So why is that? There are a few reasons why people try to keep their database in data, because it is more structured, it is more safe, and it is reliable, and they can extract the data easily from database from any other source. Okay, so what is actually database? Database is actually a shared collection of data designed to meet the information needs of an organization. So there are two keywords here. The first one is shared collection of data, means that the data is required to be shared across the organization. And second is information need, means that the data and information should be something that is required for the top management or the management itself, so that they can use the data to extract the information from it. So one of the important criteria of the database is that it should be well organized and it should be designed to be structured. So all stored data should be fit into a structure that has been designed into it. For example, maybe we have some data like from your contact list. So you have first name, last name, phone number, and their email. So whenever you want to keep the data inside the database, it should be well structured inside the table. And every time you want to put data, you have to put data according to the exact column that you need. Okay, so every new data that you want to keep inside the database should be in a different row. In this way, you are organizing your data properly, and it will be much more easier for you to extract or analyze the data later. So the term that is normally used in database system is logically related data. So the data inside the database is actually logically related, means that it should have relationship. This is one of the important key in the database system. Second is entity, and the third one is attribute. So all these three main component actually become a very important thing when you do the database design. Okay, so what is entity? Entity is actually a distinct object in the organization. So for example, if you are in a university environment, you have person inside there such as student or staff. You might have places that you want to keep, such as the classroom or office. You also might have things that you want to extract information for, such as like the computer asset of the organization. You might also have to keep their grades of the student every time the student have their results, and also you have to keep the information of the exam for the scheduling and everything. So it can be from a person to a place, things, concept, or event that can be an entity. The most important thing is the second uh, important aspect in database, that is attribute. So attribute is actually a property that describes some aspect of the entity. How you want to recognize an entity is that you have to make sure that the entity has attribute. So it's like the property that explain about the attribute. For example, for student, you might have the attributes such as name, date of birth, nationality, registration date. You also may need to know their program, their metric number, and many more. Okay, so this is all the property of the entity, and we call it attributes. Okay, so the third important things in database system is the relationship. So all entity should have relation with other entity. Okay, all entity should have relation with other entity. For example here, student should have relation with class. So student might enroll to a class Okay, so one class can have many students and one student can enroll to many class. And then for each classes, there we will schedule exam. So one class can have multiple exam, and one exam normally for has been done for one class. And then the uh, every time student take exam, you want to also record the data of their grades. So every student will have their grades for each exam, so that in this situation you can know that all the entity actually should have relation with one or more than other entity. However, the database itself should be logically related between the entity, and all entities should have the attributes to explain about it. So by using these three main component in database system, you can design a database that can be used in many applications, such as purchases from the supermarket, purchases using your credit card. You can booking a holiday at the travel agents. So this is also using a database application. And when you're using your local library, they also keep all the books and location of each books into a database, so that you can easily extract the information and search for it, and when you take out your insurance or when you study at university. So that's all for our class today. See you soon. Bye.